coffee? You can handle the cat.
I'll handle the cat. I'm
a cat wrangler?
I'm a cat wrangler. I was gonna say something obscene, but I'm gonna refrain.
Yeah, a cat wrangler is great.
A little bit more G-rated.
Is this how this... Oh, I didn't fucking do this. I didn't do the whole fucking thing. Shit. Alright, you can say whatever you want. I just ruined it all.
Okay.
We're not peace.
We are not for the kids apparently. I was just gonna say that I'm very good at stroking pussy.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Nice. Oh,
I mean,
I'm just
she's having a good time, so
I'm plunging this so hard. So what are we talking about today?
Well, today we are talking about some statements that Mr. RuPaul made recently.
Oh my god.
About who is allowed to do drag.
Oh my god.
And I, for one...
Oh, that's a lot of coffee.
Alright, I see that somebody's...
This is really... I'm off my coffee game.
That's okay. Yeah. But so, I have a lot of feelings about this. I've had a week to stew about it, and I have a lot of things to say. Yes.
I've shared it all over my Facebook and Twitter as well. So
yes.
Yeah, I'm going to give you some of my coffee. We're going to redistribute the wealth.
Amen.
Shit.
One of my feelings about the thing that RuPaul said is about capitalism, so...
Okay.
Yes, we'll get to that later.
I am going to run and get a napkin.
Okay. And I will talk about this cat, I guess, until she is back. So, let me pull up on the Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna have to get up like super close to show that. It's literally what is a train's flag anyway?
Yes.
What is that? Is that
yes.
like for that Twitter? I mean, for that Reddit page? Like
I don't know. But so the thing that he said that was problematic that started all of this was that basically drag is only drag if men are doing it, and that trans women would not be allowed on Drag Race. And obviously there was backlash to that because that's a ridiculous notion, and I'm gonna break down later why that's ridiculous. But on top of that, he posted a tweet saying, "In the 10 years we've been casting Drag Race, the only thing we've ever screened for is charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, and that will never change." And in response, the understanding was that in response to some of the backlash, this was meant to be we're trans inclusive, I promise. Mm-hmm. But he probably intended to post the trans flag, but instead posted a light green, dark green, and kind of a chartreuse flag, mm-hmm. which is in fact the trains flag.
What is a trains flag?
I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you.
What is it? Do trains are trains
marginalized?
I mean, they are less favored in terms of locomotion nowadays.
I guess so. We're trains positive. But yeah,
I guess the statement "I am trains" has actual meaning.
Maybe.
Yeah. Fine.
So here is my biggest problem with the statement that he made, because his claim was that drag is only radical, and his exact words were punk rock, if it's men doing it. Now, my biggest problem is the implication that femininity is only radical if it's part-time. Obviously, people that are going and changing their changing their gender and going against what they were assigned at birth and living that full-time are at the very least just as radical as people who perform femininity. Part-time. Obviously.
It's 100% of the time.
Right.
I don't have fucking guy clothes. I don't have male privilege at the office.
Right.
I don't know what I have at the office.
Yeah. Right. And then, furthermore, his use of the phrase punk rock I have a problem with. Punk rock is inherently anti-capitalist.
Yeah.
And that is not RuPaul. And that's fine that it's not, but you can't use those words if you don't mean it.
Punk rock shows is it really a punk rock show if you're paying more than $5?
No.
Like, exactly.
Right.
Like, that's kind of...
Yeah. And, you know, there's been severe backlash, and my biggest, like, another big problem that I have with RuPaul, and, like, this is not his first offense, either. Like,
RuPaul just sucks.
This is not the first time he's been transphobic. He's been called out, and he continues to do this, and he'll make apology tweets saying, you know, oh, you're teaching me, like, you are the face of drag to mainstream America. You should know better.
Honestly, and the problem is most people think trans women are just, like, extreme drag, so then when they see the face of drag saying, like, oh yeah, trans women aren't, like, valid.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. Like,
you're validating that idea for them, and you're causing real harm.
Yeah.
And, like drag at large and as a whole does not reflect RuPaul's views. I was actually at a drag show last night where one drag queen, like, made it a point in her number, you know, she had 4 minutes, and she made it a point in her number to, like, make a statement about how all drag is valid, trans women are valid, drag kings are valid, and, like, it is not just RuPaul. The host made a statement about, like, you know, like, RuPaul doesn't represent all of us, and, like, local drag is so much more queer and trans inclusive.
Well, honestly, that's kind of something I've noticed, like, the established, like, LGB, because that's what I'll call it, like, they aren't really super queer or intersectional friendly.
Right. Right.
It feels like a generational thing almost within the queer community.
Yeah.
Like, they don't, like, a lot of people don't even like the term queer, so, like...
Right.
Like, that, I feel that's almost generational in some ways. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I was talking with, somebody about, a friend of mine who is also a beard haver and also likes to wear makeup the way I do. He was talking about how, like, he was at a club with, he's poly, so he has 2 girlfriends. So he was at a club with 2 of his girlfriends, and, like, some cis gay guy came up to him and was like, I thought this was a gay bar. And he's, like, in full women's clothing with makeup on, and, like, apparently isn't gay enough for the gay, like, you know, not straight enough, whatever. So he brought up this idea of there being a divide in culture versus gay culture and queer culture.
I feel that.
Yes.
I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
Because, when I first tried to engage with the gay culture, like, when I was in that coming out process, it made things a lot worse. Like, my dysphoria got so bad.
Yeah.
Like...
And, you know, like, Grindr is a good example of, like... And I've never been on Grindr. You know, I have an attraction to men, but it's never been something that's come up for me.
Yeah.
Going on Grindr, not attraction to men. I've slept with plenty of men. That's definitely been a thing. But I've never had a reason to experience Grindr. But I hear terrible things about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good place. It's, yeah.
You know, I hear all the, like, mask for mask and, like,
oh my god,
dudes wanting, like, straight acting gay men. Like, if we're about to have gay sex, you better not be straight acting, is my...
Yeah, like, straight people do scary things sometimes. Like, I don't know, the queerer someone is, the more comfortable I am around them.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, there does reach a threshold as to which, like, okay, like, you get it, like,
yeah,
I'm on board with you.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess I'm, like, I want there to be some sort of, like, action of, like, where do we go from here, of, like, I don't think RuPaul's gonna get better. Like,
no.
He's just going to continue to say the same things and then post an inaccurate flag and
yeah,
like, and then continue to do the same thing and, like, yeah. So I don't know. Like, what is the answer?
Like, and if RuPaul, like, I'm sure RuPaul was corrected at some point.
Yeah.
The fact you didn't change it is like kind of trans erasure because like people are now confused. What is the trans flag?
Right. Yeah. Like that tweet is like it's 4 days old and it's got like okay, so it's got like 15,000 likes. So like that's evidence there that like people are like, oh yes, RuPaul, I know nothing about trans people, but you're right, that's the trans flag.
Yeah.
And
see, and those are people who are probably allies of the community in some sense.
Yeah.
Because
at least like
they watch drag, so they're like, oh well, queering gender's like an interesting, cool idea. You know?
Yeah. So it's just super frustrating, and I guess like the only answer that I can think of is just to like uplift. I'm getting clawed right now. Okay.
Oh no.
And,
oh
and
no,
then,
she does attack you.
Alright.
Oh, she
needs some attention. It's fine.
Oh.
It's fine.
Is that what cats do?
I guess.
Cats, stop.
But the solution to this problem is to uplift other performers and have diversity of representation in drag and gender nonconformity. Alright, you need to take a time out, Nessie.
Yeah.
You need to take a time out.
She's
okay, if you want off, get off. Like, I don't know why you're being so aggressive and also staying on top of me. I'm not in it. This is not my kink. Like.
Oh. Oh.
She left a dent in my hand.
Oh my god. Why did you do that?
Are you in a safe word or something?
Yeah, seriously. I'm not gonna say that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, I don't know. Do you have any sort of like personal experiences with drag or performers or any of that?
I've just been to some drag shows before, but no, not like a lot of people that I've met online or whatever, like just talked to, they kind of assume trans women in drag are synonymous in a lot of ways. It's kind of what I found. So, like, yeah, I definitely do feel like drag can be really positive representation of like what it kind of means to like go beyond like your assigned gender and therefore like positive representation for trans women in that way, but at the same time it definitely does. I don't think it's really clear as just like a globally communicated thing that like drag and trans are like very different.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of very like kind of tomboyish trans women who like drag in the flamboyant femininity, like that's absolutely not them. So like that's I definitely so
I hear what you're saying. Like I feel like if you equate drag and talk about trans women specifically, then you have this idea that all trans women are like hyper feminine, like all like know a lot about makeup, and that's not the case, obviously. Like, like
some like
there are cis women that are tomboys,
exactly,
and they're still women, and there are trans women that are tomboys, and they're also still women. Yeah,
there's still diversity in gender just because you don't conform to a certain gender, like just like not all trans guys are like I'm trying to. Oh my god.
No, the like.
What's the archetypical? I'm thinking of the one who's the porn star.
Oh,
Buck Angel.
Buck Angel. That's it.
Not all trans guys are Buck Angel.
No, they're not. And the phrase that I like to use is that like, you know, yes, I'm a dude, but I'm not the type of dude that like bench presses bison for fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't know anything about cars. I don't know anything about building things. Well, I do have an engineering degree, so I know a thing or two about putting small things together, but I would not live in a house I built.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could build like a little house, maybe.
I I could put together a solid gingerbread house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just can't live in that.
Yeah, just
No. Just gingerbread just as like insulation is just poor.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't hold up in the rain.
Food-based architecture
It-
just
yeah.
is not the best to live in.
Yeah, be all victim to all sorts of crawly critters.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
even termites, just everything.
That food-based architecture gives me an idea. What if they expanded upon the concept of like the ice hotel
Oh.
and like either made a soda hotel where like you were encased in like a coating of Coke, or maybe just an ice cream hotel, which
So would the soda hotel be like
Or sherbet.
plexiglass like filled with soda?
no, it would just be soda poured over the top of the hotel.
Oh, okay.
like a fleet of helicopters.
Oh, okay. That could be interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure like the logistics of like how to make those happen, but I'm here for ice cream hotel. That sounds like ice cream's like my favorite dessert.
And
So
and if we can get one of those to work, we can go after the other and go for like a root beer float hotel.
there you go.
So
There you go.
that's the end goal.
Yes.
Well, I think that's kinda.
Yeah.
Do we have anything more on this topic?
I guess like just conclusion is RuPaul is trash. Continues to be
like
trash.
we need more queer
We need-
creators who
Yep.
represent the community.
Oh hey, we're that.
Oh,
We do that.
Oh my God! Like subscribe.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Patreon is coming out soon, and then once that is out, check that out too.
Absolutely.
And yeah, support indie queer people.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right. So
Yeah.
I'm Andy,
I'm Jacqueline.
and this is Queer Coffee Talk.